If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And in relation to migration, that is what successive Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael governments have done. You have no plan in relation to this, and you have created chaos. Chaos in housing, chaos in services, chaos for the wonderful families and young people across Ireland. Minister, the population is now at over 5.4 million. And last year, over 25,000 immigrants arrived into this country. That's a net figure, Minister, of over 60,000 people. Now, in 1 year, that is relative to the population of Sligo, Ennis and Castlebar in 1 year. And yet, this government has failed to deliver the necessary infrastructure to sustain that level of development. And if we go back, Minister, over the last 5 years, we see just over 100,000 houses built and almost 400,000 net migration figure. Like, this is basic arithmetic that this government fails to understand, and it's very frustrating for the people right across the country. And if we look at the numbers, Minister, we look recently, this week and the last number of weeks, students across Ireland have found it incredibly difficult to find accommodation. And then when you drill into the numbers, we see that the international student cohort, the universities, are engaging in a very expansionist approach. Over 40,000 international student visas. That is over 30% increase over the past 4 years. If we look at working visas, last year almost 40,000 working visas. If we go back 10 years ago, Minister, that figure was about 10,000 per year. And obviously we all are very aware of the massive acceleration and surge in relation to the IPASS numbers. So, Minister, it is very, very simple that the capacity of the economy is simply unable to cope with this huge level of increase. And indeed, a Savills report recently outlined that in terms of population growth to housing delivery, it was a figure of 1:4, one of the worst in the Western world. And yet this government, and indeed many in this House, fail to recognise some of the issues here before us. Minister, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And in relation to migration, that is what successive Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael governments have done. You have no plan in relation to this, and you have created chaos. Chaos in housing, chaos in services, chaos for the wonderful families and young people across Ireland. It is unacceptable, and essentially your policy amounts to pouring a gallon into a pint, and it's unsustainable, Minister.
Deputy Ken O'Flynn.